Hi, welcome back to 17 square meters garden. Today I have a really quick tutorial for you on how to plant Begonia tubers. I think we all agree that begonias are such a beautiful seasonal plants. They bloom from midsummer all the way till first frost in fall. They are perfect for balcony gardens and for patio containers. If you can provide them with morning sunlight, protected from the harsh afternoon sun, then they will be very happy. So now let's plant some begonia tubers. Choose a container that has a drainage hole at the bottom. The size of the container will depend on how many tubers you want to plant, and I'm gonna show you an example in a moment. Choose universal potting mix, well-draining, good quality universal potting mix. When you will take a look at your begonia tuber, you will notice that one part is hollow, and that's exactly the part that should face upwards. If you are not sure, you can of course wait a little longer until your begonia tuber starts to push some new growth, and this way you are certain which side should be facing upwards. As you can see, begonia tubers come in different sizes. If you have smaller ones, of course you can plant several in the same pot to achieve fuller, more abundant look. And if you have already larger tubers, then you can plant them one by one into separate pots. In this pot I already have one begonia tuber planted, so there's one tuber that is fairly large because I grow it since a few years now, but these are really small, so I'm going to plant 3 in this pot to achieve fuller look. So fill your container with soil and make small holes for your tubers. You do not want to plant them too deeply because then your tuber may fail to flower. Planting them just below the soil surface. Because this tuber is rather large, I'm gonna place only one in this container. So water your tubers just after planting, but you don't have to water too often until they start to sprout. I have a few more begonias left to plant, but first I have to wait for my spring bulbs to be done blooming so that I have space and empty pots to do it. So as I mentioned before, begonias will bloom from midsummer all the way till first frost in autumn, but they are not frost hardy plants, so you would want to cut them back before the first frost and either dig the bulbs, dig the tubers out and store them inside for the winter time, or if you have the possibility, you can of course take the entire pot and store the entire pot in some frost-free conditions. I garden in zone 8 and we have temperatures below freezing and we have snow occasionally as well. But I never dig my bulbs out and they do perfectly fine even when it's -7 degrees Celsius. But that being said, of course, I don't encourage you to leave your tubers outside during winter time. It's of course safer to just dig them out and take them indoors, and then next spring you can replant them again. As for maintenance, they are really easy to grow. They like moisture, but they don't like to be standing in water, so water them often, but allow the soil to slightly dry out before you water again. I feed my begonias with 2 types of fertilizer. First, I give them a grow fertilizer, so a fertilizer that is a little bit more rich in nitrogen when they are in the growth stage, when they are just developing. And then when they start to flower, I switch to a bloom fertilizer, so a fertilizer that is more rich in potassium and phosphorus to promote abundant flowering. When they flower, of course, pinch the dead flowers off so that your plant has more energy to bloom. Well, that's pretty much it, because begonias are super easy to grow and they are really low maintenance plants. I hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial and that you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!